Well, you are looking beautiful with a hat, Roberta. I am up for it.
Well, you always look so recognizable with your hat, Dr. Z. I wanted to stand out from the crowd myself. This is the 9th hat I've tried, but I think this one's a winner. Listen, Dr. Z, I know my jokes are pure and utter perfection, but I've actually picked them up a notch if you can believe it, and I think I'm finally ready for their debut. What do you call a lazy baby possum? A pouch potato. Why did the giraffe graduate early? He was head and shoulders above the rest of the class. And this joke is from Amelie in Los Angeles. What does a unicorn wear to school? A uniform. Here's another from Evie in San Diego. What are the rules in zebra baseball? 3 stripes and you're out.
Those were pure and utter perfection, Roberta. Good job, especially the jokes from Amelie and Evie. They were fantastic. In fact, I've got one for you, Roberta. Do you know how you can tell a bat is a mammal? Well, when they're born, they drink milk right off the bat. Well, we've had a lot of fun, but we haven't greeted our guests yet. So hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of San Diego Zoo Kids Corner. I'm Dr. Zoolittle. You met my good friend Roberta, and we cannot wait to share our stories and adventures with you. So let's explore the natural world together. As always, buckle up, because we're about to bring the zoo to you. Look at that! Roberta! Hi, Phoebe. Check out, I've got feathers too. How are you? Look, Roberta, look who's here. Where are you going? Phoebe, where are you going?
Hi, Phoebe! I've missed you! How are you?
A little help here, Roberta?
It's okay, Dr. Z. I got this. Wait a second. What? Aunt Regina finally had her baby? My baby cousin is here? Oh, and it's a boy? Oh my goodness! Dr. Z, you know how much I love baby animals. I have a baby cousin. I have a baby cousin.
Wow, congratulations, Roberta. That is amazing news.
What's that, Phoebe? Oh, okay. I understand. Phoebe said that my little baby cousin is being checked out by the animal care team. Oh, I hope everything is okay.
Oh, Roberta, you know the number one priority for the zoo vets and the wildlife care specialist is to keep the babies with their moms. I bet you your cousin is just having a checkup. It's going to be weighed in, make sure that it's healthy, and in no time, it will be back with its mom.
You make a good point, and that does make me feel better. I never really thought about this before, but now I'm curious. How exactly do zoos take care of baby animals, especially if they need a little extra help? I'm sure there's a lot of work that goes into supporting baby animals with different needs.
You know, that reminds me of this truly inspiring story about a red panda cub at the Binder Park Zoo in Battle Creek, Michigan. This cub was able to overcome a challenging start to life with the love, dedication, and care of its wildlife care team. Our friend Michelle went to check in on this cub. Let's check in with her.
At first sight, this may appear to be your typical red panda cub. He has plenty of energy, he loves to explore, and he is full of curiosity. Say hello to Oolong.
Oolong is our red panda cub that we have at Binder Park Zoo. He was born about 4 months ago.
Now, a new birth is always cause for a celebration, but unfortunately for Oolong, the celebration had to be put on hold. Oolong was about half the size of red pandas his age when the veterinarian diagnosed him with a condition known as congenital hypothyroidism. This is when an organ of the body, the thyroid, doesn't function as it should. In newborns, it can cause severe health problems, with delayed growth and development if not treated. The staff knew something needed to be done.
Once we were able to diagnose that Oolong had hypothyroidism, the animal care staff team and the vet team had to step in and to feed him multiple times a day. And during that time, we also had to kind of teach him how to move around and developmentally grow as well.
Oolong required hours of extra care. The staff administered treatments, they fed him a special diet consisting of newborn puppy formula, and they took plenty of time for play to encourage him to build up his muscles and sharpen his balance. With proper management, soon the little cub started to grow in weight and size. This was a huge relief to all the staff who cared for him. And Oolong wasn't the only one to benefit from all the extra attention.
Each day with Oolong is different. You never know what kind of spunky mood he's going to be in. And just being able to watch him developmentally grow. When he was first brought in with us, he had a hard time walking, just like a newborn does. So watching him learn how to become more stable has been really exciting.
Whatever he lacks in size, he certainly makes up for in personality. This tiny red panda proves that no challenge is too great, especially with a little help from your friends.
Wow, Dr. Z, that was incredible the way the team sprang into action to help feed Oolong and care for him. Michelle was right. No challenge is too great, especially when you have a little help from your friends. That gives me an idea, Dr. Z. I want to send something to my baby cousin so he knows I'm thinking of him. But what?
You know, Roberta, that's an excellent idea. You can send a care package. And a care package is usually made up of a note. We start with a note, and then we stick in something creative, and always a sweet treat. So let's go to the creative part. Kids, why don't you tell me who's someone that you really care about? Oh, I heard Mom, Dad, Nana, best friend. Okay, those are all excellent people. And if you had to think about something they would like to get from you, what would that be? Oh, I heard a drawing. Excellent. A poem, a story, a joke. Roberta likes jokes. Those are all good suggestions for Roberta.
That's a great idea, Dr. Z. A care package. I love it. There is one person I know who is super creative, and she will know exactly what I can make.
Today we're going to make a collage zebra, where every stripe on the zebra comes from a different page of a magazine. So ask an adult in your home if you can borrow an old magazine, and what we're going to do is cut out different pages to make all the colours on our collage. All right, now the first step is to draw your zebra. Now if you're not confident drawing zebras, ask an adult to jump online for you and get a stencil to cut out a zebra, or if you are confident, have a go at free drawing a zebra. All right, zebra is all drawn. Now the next step is to cut it out. Now our zebra is missing its stripes, and this is the fun part. Grab your magazine and turn to a bunch of random pages and cut out any patterns that you see and start putting them aside. Once you have enough, then we can stick them on to create our zebra pattern. Now it's time to stick on each of our stripes. This is the fun part. I always like to make sure that a different coloured stripe is always next to another different coloured stripe, so you can get it as creative as you like. That looks pretty good. Plenty of different colours, plenty of different patterns. Next step is to use your black pen to create a few more details. So down here at the hooves, maybe some nostrils, and then we'll stick on our googly eyes. Now let's put on our googly eyes, but if you don't have googly eyes, you can just draw them on. And there you have it, our collage zebra. The best thing about these is they're all going to look different every time you make one.
I know my new baby cousin will just love that zebra creation. Plus, it totally looks like me. Don't you think, Dr. Z? Now what else can I add to my care package? Oh, you mentioned a sweet treat, Dr. Z. Do you have anything in mind?
I absolutely do, Roberta. So get your chef hat on, because it's going to be absolutely delicious.
Welcome, my friends. I am Chef Zoolittle, and I have in store for you today a very tasty treat in honor of our dear friend, Roberta the zebra. Come, let me show you. All right, let us begin with our ingredients, all of which are going to go into this lovely bowl. We begin with 1½ cups of old-fashioned oats, followed by 1/2 cup of your favorite chopped nuts. After that, we need 1 cup of dried fruit. You choose your favorite. On top of that, we are going to add 1/4 cup of delicious mini chocolate chips. And then we have our special secret Chef Zoolittle ingredient, and of course I am referring to beetle larvae. Let's combine all of our ingredients into our bowl, and then we are going to give it a nice gentle stir. For our glue, we are going to combine 1/3 of a cup of peanut butter with 1/3 of a cup of honey. Now just mix vigorously to combine. And we gently stir all of our ingredients until everything is equally combined. Now, to make sure that we get fairly equal-sized portions, I am going to use an ice cream scoop so that I get each scoop just about the same. And now it is time to put on our finishing touch, the zebra stripes. And to do this, I have melted here in each of these 2 bowls some milk chocolate chips and some white chocolate chips. I'm just going to take my little spatula here, and I'm going to get a little bit of the white chocolate right on there, get a little dip of the milk chocolate now, and just dab that right on in between the white stripes. Well, there you have it, my friends, a delicious striped treat in honor of our dear friend, Roberta the zebra. Thank you so much for joining us here at San Diego Zoo Kids Corner. I'm Chef Zoolittle. See you next time.
What did I tell you, Roberta? These are delicious.
Well, yes, for you, Dr. Z. But I just thought of something. Don't baby zebras only drink milk?
You're absolutely correct, Roberta. They're not great for your cousin, but they'd make an excellent gift for the vets. In fact, Roberta, I am willing to deliver them. Deliver them right to my belly.
Nice and subtle solution there, Dr. Z. I see where you're going with that one. But I think I'll ask Phoebe to send the rest off to the vets. You're right, they will love them.
You know, Roberta, I think these would go down with a nice glass of milk. And speaking of milk, it's time for some scientific exploration and what I like to call magical moolecule.
Thank you, my identical twin brother. Did you know that different mammals have different levels of protein, sugars, and fats in their milk? For example, the cow's milk that we buy has a fat content of 1 to 3%. Each mammal develops their own special blend of milk suitable for their baby. Now, the fattiest of the milk happens to be the hooded seal, 60% fat. Now, their babies will nurse for 4 days and drink about 16.6 gallons of milk each day. The leanest of the milk, or less fatty, would be that of the black rhino. Now, we are going to do an experiment with milk. It's what I like to call the moolecule experiment. It's utterly fantastic. All right, the things that you're going to need. You are going to need, first of all, milk. You're going to need cotton swabs. You will need food coloring and dish soap. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to take the milk and we're going to pour it into a pie tin. There we go, just like that. We're then going to take the food coloring and put 4 dots, 1 dot of each color, right in the center of the milk. Very good, there's a red. Here comes the yellow. All right, and then the blue. Blue, that sounds like moo. And then lastly, the green. Okay, now you're going to take your cotton swab, you're going to dip it into the dish soap and dip it straight into the center of the milk. Something fantastic is happening. All the colors are swirling around. Why is this? Well, the molecules of fat bend, roll, twist, and contort in all directions as the soap molecules race around to join up with the fat molecules. Once the molecules have reached the fat, then the swirling stops. Oh my, that was amazing. Did you know, Roberta, that different zoo veterinarians and nutritionists will formulate milk in special ways with different proteins, fats, and sugars depending on the mammal that's drinking it?
I did know that, Dr. Z. Did you forget that I love baby animals? And therefore, I'm pretty much an expert on the subject. Actually, I think this calls for a round of trivia. Let's test our baby animal knowledge and see what you've got.
Hi everyone, I am Dr. Z Zoolittle, and welcome to another edition of Baby Showers. I'm going to test your baby trivia, because I'm going to ask you a question about 3 babies, and we're going to... I am so sorry. Well, I'm going to ask you a question about 3 babies, and you're going to see if you know the answer. Shout them out if you do. Our first question is, which is the tallest baby in the world? Is it A, an elephant, B, a giraffe, or C, Roberta? While Roberta was pretty tall when she was born, she couldn't compete with a newborn giraffe. Get a load of this. A newborn baby giraffe can reach an impressive height of 6 feet and will usually grow 15 to 18 feet or 4.5 to 5.5 meters tall as an adult. Welcome back to Baby Showers. Who's a big baby? Well, our second question is, which baby is the tiniest baby in the world? Do you think it is A, the honey possum, or B, a sugar glider, or C, a koala? If you guessed A, the honey possum, you're absolutely correct. Newborn honey possums only weigh about 0.005 grams or 0.00018 ounces when they are born. How tiny is that? They will eventually grow to weigh about 2.5 grams or 0.8 ounces, about the weight of a penny, by the time they're ready to venture out on their own. Are you ready for question number 3? Question number 3 is, which is the heaviest baby in the world? And don't say Dr. Zoolittle. It is either A, a hippopotamus, B, a humpback whale, or C, the blue whale. If you guessed the blue whale, you're absolutely correct. Blue whales give birth to the largest newborns in the world. Their calves can weigh up to 1,000 kilograms or 2,204 pounds and match the size of a small car.
Wow, Dr. Z! There is a huge difference between the size of the smallest newborn and the largest newborn. I had no idea. All those mammal babies are quite unique, but they do have a lot in common too. Just like you and me, all of those mammals rely on their mom's milk to help them grow.
You know, Roberta, sometimes the animals need the help from their mom and a little bit of extra help. Take Coconut, a snow leopard, who got all the help from its mom and a little bit of extra help from its animal care specialists.
May 6th was a day of celebration here at the Sacramento Zoo. It marked the birth of arguably one of the cutest residents of the organization, a snow leopard cub named Coconut. Mom, Misha, took to caring for the little one as she should, but it quickly became clear that Coconut was very different from other snow leopard cubs and would need some very special care.
Coconut's birth was watched very closely on some cameras that we'd set up in the dens, and it happened pretty smoothly. His mother, Misha, was doing great, but we did notice some issues with his legs especially. He was using them to just drag around instead of getting them underneath him like you would normally walk. Coconut had an issue called swimmer syndrome, which is basically instead of being able to bear weight on your legs, they kind of just drag underneath you, and they're not really usable. So we did, for Coconut, some physical therapies. We were using a board against the wall to kind of build a channel for his legs so they couldn't splay out underneath him. We were also using a sling, which was just kind of a bandage rope underneath him to lift up his back end to keep those legs underneath him. We did his physical therapy, and then his mother, Misha, did most of the basic cub needs, which included feeding him. He nursed for about 2 months and then kind of weaned off, and we started feeding him meat. Misha took care of him and taught him how to be a snow leopard, how to move around and climb once he was able to use those legs.
With his own personal care team working with him daily and challenging therapy sessions, Coconut became noticeably more active and confident. With his keepers by his side, he made his debut right here on exhibit at 15 weeks old. But that wasn't the only challenge facing this fuzzy little feline.
Coconut had another issue besides just his swimmer syndrome in his legs, and we noticed it a few weeks after he was born, once we started working closely hands-on with him, that his eyelids weren't fully developed, and so he was often squinting his eyes because his hairs were starting to grow towards his eyes and kind of irritate them. When Coconut was about 5 months old, he had a surgery done to correct the eyelid issue, which entailed freezing off some hairs that were growing into his eyes. And the UC Davis optometrist came out for that, as well as the orthopedic doctor from UC Davis. And the optometrist did the eyelid surgery and froze off those hairs, and the orthopedic doctor did a full workabout on his legs, full motion exam to make sure he could still move his legs and use them properly. The healing process for Coconut after his surgery has been going very well. He needed some extra ointment and care on his eyes. They were a little swollen after his surgery, but that's completely normal. He's back to normal now, running around on exhibit with his mom, and his eyes and legs are doing great.
Coconut is still on the path towards recovery. With the care and support of his mom and his keepers, he is well on his way to being the rambunctious, carefree snow leopard he was meant to be.
Coconut is so cute! Did I already mention that I love baby animals? Coconut's story is amazing. He received care from all kinds of professionals. There were wildlife care specialists, vets, human optometrists, and orthopedic doctors. And his mom, Misha, fed him and helped teach him how to move, jump, and climb, just like an adult snow leopard.
You know, Roberta, he got the best of both worlds. Just think of what you can do when we work together to achieve a common goal. Hey kids, have you ever done that? Can you tell us when? At school, on a common project, a sporting event, all great suggestions.
Oh, hello, Phoebe. Look, Phoebe has a note. A note for me. It says that my baby cousin is back with my Aunt Regina and is doing well. This is such great news.
That is great news, Roberta. That is excellent.
Dr. Z, look! Phoebe has something else. It looks like... Hold on. Oh, it looks like a baby announcement. My new baby cousin is named Raiden, and he weighed 70 pounds.
Oh, Roberta. He looks just like you, same long face. That's amazing. It's time to celebrate.
Any excuse for a zebra bite, Dr. Z. But yes, great idea. Wow, it's so amazing how zoos don't skip a beat to provide a helping hand to the animal babies who need it. Right, Dr. Z?
Roberta.
I'm so grateful for the help they give to all the baby animals, even the simple checkups for new babies like my cousin. It's truly amazing how there's always a team of experts available to help the babies get the best possible start in life. Like Oolong, zoo professionals spent countless hours helping him take his first steps towards a healthy life as an active red panda. And then there's Coconut, the snow leopard, who overcame several challenges with the help of not only his mom, but an entire team of specialists, including human doctors. Great examples of teamwork, too. Hey, friends, what was your favorite part of our adventure today? What? What's that? Oh, my jokes? Yes, I love that answer.
No, Roberta. The best part of today's show was the trivia and the zebra bites.
I had so much fun putting together our care package, complete with new art and treats for the vets. Dr. Z, I couldn't have done it without you and Phoebe. And now there's only one thing left to do. Go meet my new cousin.
Say hello to the herd from me. And kids, thanks for joining us for another episode of San Diego Zoo Kids Corner. We hope you'll join us again and tell your friends about our show as well. And remember, if you've got any stories, jokes, poems, questions, or even a picture of your pet as a baby, make sure you email them to us at Z, which stands for Zebra and Zoolittle, mail@sandiegozoo.org. Get an adult to help you, and if we use your joke, your story, your question, your poem, or the picture of your pet as a baby, we'll mention your name on the air. In the meantime, Phoebe, come say goodbye to our friends. Keep asking those questions. See you soon. Stay curious, my friends.